For our grand episodic event part 2, we are looking at a whole new lineup of Nerd Rage from around the US. If you joined us for our last video, you know somewhat how we roll. So before we get started, this is the Bop.
And Opie John.
We are longtime Fallout fans and dedicated to putting out subject-specific material so that the die-hard collectors may gain some useful hints on how to construct or deconstruct their rooms for the perfect homage to one of the greatest game franchises of all time. I'd also like to say thank you to all the ones who submitted their photos for critique, and today we'll look at 3 submissions to keep the runtime regulated. So without further ado, let's lockpick our way into a new set of vaults and peer upon greatness once again. We're going to start this off with a collection from Bradley Williams. I'm going to come right out and say this is a work in progress for the first picture.
He's going with that unfinished DTOF look. Is that a thing now?
Well, hopefully there's more to this in the future and you won't keep it turned as if it's in a corner already. I don't think the symmetry would work if it stays put where it is.
Maybe he's dyslexic.
Hey, that's a good one. But I'm not going to beat him up too much. I think his other shelves look good, and we'll get to those in a minute.
Yeah, let's break down what he has on this shelf and forget the odd placement for now.
I concur. So starting from the top, I'm not a fan how he has his minigun replica boxes stacked and displayed. I think in a lot of cases it just junks up a display.
It really takes a well thought out arrangement to incorporate boxes into a collection display.
It does, and this isn't it. In the middle, I thought he had a candelabra, but upon closer inspection, I think it's a rad scorpion.
Did you forget your glasses again, Bob?
No, it really is. I had to stare a while, but darn Skippy, that's what I'm seeing.
That's really odd.
Oh yeah, definitely. So let's shift downward though to see what's inside of his shelves. I do like the top, how he has a little taste of everything in no particular order.
Yeah, it's really diverse.
But below that, I really think he could have utilized those mini replicas somewhere else along with their boxes.
I kind of like them together.
Well, to each their own, but I feel the laser gun is a standalone piece and it should occupy the whole shelf minus the replicas.
Well, we can't all be perfect.
Well, it reminds me of the saying, you don't have to agree with me. I can't force you to be right.
I don't know, Bob. Sounds pretty arrogant.
Hey man, I only let my family call me arrogant.
Maybe they're onto something, Bob.
And to that I say Nuka Cola.
Well, let's see what else you're wrong about.
I guess we'll see in the upcoming photos. Okay, well, I'm not digging this either, man.
I think you may have seen too many collections lately and you're a bit too callous to awesomeness.
No, man, I just need an emotion when I see these displays, and this one leaves me yawning also. Maybe it's just too much blue?
I think you're a bit color phobic. It looks good.
Don't get me wrong, I love what it stands for. I just can't feel the love tonight.
Ellen John would be so disappointed.
I don't think Fallout's quite gay enough for him, bro.
Alright, back to the show.
And a show it is with this next display. Now, this gave me Nuka bumps.
That sounds hazardous to your health.
Oh no, these bumps are like a fresh warm towel in a massage parlor.
You would know, Bob.
Hey man, that was only once. But anyway, this is a display where the box works, man, and it just needs to be centered a little bit.
I pretty much love everything about this one. I wonder why you felt it necessary to put the Captain America frame in the shot.
I can forgive that. I'll just put blinders onto that for now. I mean, this guy is cuckoo for cola. He's even got the Nuka Cola wax paper rolled out below these lunchboxes and mini Nuka fridge at the bottom like it's a friggin' red carpet.
This is like how much Apu loves squishies.
Agreed, my fine feathered friend. I just love how the quantum colas at the top contrast with all the red. It really pops.
The shelves seem to have really good lighting, but maybe find a way to hide the 12-gauge wire?
Yeah, but the shelves are see-through. That might be a little tough. I'm more bugged by the Sega logo on the top left.
I wonder if this was a store display with Sega items in it.
Well, if it was, it should be removable, so maybe a consideration, but overall, this is killer.
Yep, this guy knows. It's Nuka time, baby.
So if we turn our attention to this last picture, we can see another well-done display.
I wish we had a picture with the doors closed because sometimes it doesn't look as good behind the glass.
It is a consideration for sure, but I think this gentleman is just afraid of dust, and those black shelves are going to be magnets for sure. So I can see his concern, but maybe try a lighter color shelf?
It just depends on what it looks like with the doors closed.
Right you are. So I really want to start at the top and address what looks like a modded mole rat power armor helmet. I've been racking my brain trying to remember where that came from in the game.
It seems very familiar, but I'm not sure either.
Well, you can tell it is a custom because he's removed the light from the top middle that is usually on the original. I mean, it looks really good, but I'm going to have to leave it to our viewers to comment if they know what it's from exactly. The owner did say it's an outsourced custom job.
Yeah, cool piece. Just confusing.
He's got everything else displayed really nicely and even has one of the two 6-inch figures that not a lot of people know about there on that second shelf.
Oh yeah, didn't you want those released for your collection?
Well, I used to have both of them, but since they never made more, I sold them. I just can't justify keeping figures that have no friends.
Bethesda really needs to contract with someone for a 6-inch line.
I guarantee if they did, they would be hot, like G.I. Joe Classified hot.
Yeah, those are really well done.
So the last thing I'll say about his items is that I like that he decided to keep the Pip-Boy displayed with the outer case open at the bottom.
I've seen a ton of collections that keep that case separate and out of the display.
I've also seen that, so I'm glad we get someone who's done the scaling correctly with the Mini Nuke and the Power Fist.
Yeah, the layout is really good on these. All the colors work together and everything is different enough to keep it interesting.
Couldn't have said it better myself. For our second submission, we're going to dial it down a notch and take a look at a smaller collection from YT at YayiBaby23.
Is it just me, or do female collectors keep their displays cleaner and more affordable?
Well, from what I've seen, that is a good assessment with the rare exceptions, but no, this is a cute display, and I have no big gripes with it.
So you're saying you like the pink purse on the wall?
Okay, I'd get rid of that.
What about the pink power armor figure?
Hey, I own a pink shirt. Some guys can pull it off.
Not me, Bob.
I don't know, man. I think if True Classic made a pink shirt, you could totally rock it.
Pronouns applied to people aren't my jam, Bob.
Dude, True Classic can make any guy look good, but let's see a bit more from this young lady's collection. Right away, I like the reflective surface here. There's not a lot of collectors that utilize this look enough.
You're right, Bob. It makes the Loot Crate figures look much more desirable.
I like the empty Nuke bottle with caps strewn around randomly. This is a simple yet effective ambience.
I like your 25-cent word choice there.
Well, old Coca-Colas used to be 25 cents if you recall.
I'm not as old as you. I don't remember that.
Hey, 45 is the new 25.
Maybe if you're cryogenically frozen until then.
Why you always gotta put me down?
You gotta keep me from being a prideful bop.
I think it's time for my catchphrase. Nunca. Nunca Cola. Okay, real quick, this last photo is just not good. It's really hard to make the full-scale helmets look balanced on a shelf. It almost needs to be the main item on display.
True, and she was doing so good.
This is tacky, it's cluttered looking, and basically what not to do with your T-51B.
I'm not a big fan of Fallout 76 either.
Yeah, I don't like the CRT television looking Pip-Boy.
These items would look better if they were placed somewhere else.
It's a fact, and with that, we move on to our next collector. And we saved the best for last. This submission is from Courier 6 Cash, and to date is my favorite Fallout Room submission.
I don't know where to start. There's so much eye candy.
Well, I'm going to start by leaving links in the description below for his TikTok and his Instagram accounts. He's earned it. Now, onto the room, and I think our runtime will be into the stratosphere because I keep finding more and more to talk about. Now, this would be a vault room. You could lock me in and delete the passcode for exiting. The wooden floors and shelving complement this room perfectly.
These shelves are busy with the right merchandise. I love me that Slocum Joe's clock.
Yeah, it's a great timepiece, and I'm big on time telling.
He has an Xbox Series X with a skin. That must be for the left TV.
And on the right, he has a black one with stickers, obviously for the right TV. He confided they are a his and hers for gaming.
Happy wife, happy life, Bob.
Hey, it could go either way. Happy wife, crappy life.
I'm sure she's content. How could she not be?
Well, we're a bit biased, so you never know. Hey, is it me or do those shoes belong to the Nephilim?
I don't think that's our target audience, Bob. It's not time for Bible study. It's Nuka time, baby.
Thanks for reminding me again. And taking a look at the back of the room, there's a nice presence of Fallout decor gracing the wall. The owner of this room confided in me that he got the artist to sign that neon splatter canvas on the ground.
That'll pull some cash later.
Being that it's an official Bethesda release, I should hope so. Holy smokes, that carpet isn't in production anymore either. He really seized the day there.
Yep, kind of like Carpet DM.
Yeah, true. Oh look, you missed a spot on the fan.
I'm sure he has plans for it.
How you liking that irradiated vault boy over there?
One too many trips to the glowing sea.
Yeah, that place is creepy, man. It reminds me of the Mr. Ballins videos here on YouTube called Top 3 Places You Can't Go and People Who Went Anyways.
Yeah, those are fun ones.
I'm also thinking this is an opportune time to mention how incredible those helmets look on the top left. He's utilized Govee LED lighting throughout the room, and it looks excellent inside those NCR Ranger helmets.
Amazing. And who can say they have a T-51 helmet prototype?
Yeah, it's the first time I've seen that one in a room collection. I'm not sure how many there are, but I imagine it's rare AF, man. There's a lot to discuss in this photo, so I'll just dive right in. First of all, having a standalone shelf for those Pip-Boys is fire. From the top, I believe I see an original Xbox, no doubt, for the sole purpose of playing that Brotherhood of Steel game I saw off to the left.
Isn't that the only Fallout game released on that system?
It is, and from what I hear, not the greatest game, but I must admit I haven't played it myself.
That's actually a bit sacrilegious coming from you.
Well, what can I say? I guess I'm a bona fide sinner, and here's the proof.
Proof positive, Bob.
Okay. If we move to the next shelf down, he has the limited edition of the Enclave, and then below that, the Vault-Tec, and third one down looks like the 2000 Mark VI. And last but not least, at the bottom, is the Fallout 4 Pip-Boy 3000 Deluxe Edition Bluetooth, and fully functional, by the way.
Kind of like Data in that episode of Star Trek with Tasha. You sure know your Pip-Boys, Bob.
And you sure know your sex robots, Obi-John.
It's my glaring specialty. But did you know that item to the left at the bottom is a custom thermal electric cooler from Etsy?
I do now. That's sick. Did you know that thing sitting on top of it is a Google Home Hub? Boom! Mic drop.
Jeez, Bob, you're gonna break your gear.
It was totally worth it. Hopefully one day we'll get enough subscribers to pay for it. Hint, hint. But we're not done here because this next custom item needs visitation.
Just like an orphan child.
Indeed, my friend. We're going to talk about the Nuka Quantum Fridge, and this thing looks great. It's fashioned from a Coca-Cola mini fridge, so already in the correct vein, and it's aged beautifully.
It looks like you airbrushed the logo on the side, and it has a nice faux patina.
That's definitely an item to be proud of in this room. Making our way around the room clockwise, we come to our next corner of orgasmic proportions.
He's definitely a man of color.
Oh, you mean the display? Yeah, for show, bro.
Impressive display of Wanco cars. I love how they resemble the post-war Messerschmitt microcars. But where will he fit the other three he's missing?
Good eye. Well, it's hard to arrange perfection, so I think maybe don't fix what isn't broke.
Completionists would call this broke.
True, but in all honesty, who's going to know that those three are missing? Sometimes less is more.
You're right, Bob, but we've yet to see a complete collection of these.
Hey, the channel's young. We'll come across someone someday, I guarantee it. I just love the Xbox controller Vault Boy holders at the bottom, especially since they are useful in the same room and right next to his chairs so we can control the systems from across the room.
I can't handle how well thought out this is.
It is a bit jarring, but what's more jarring is the promo PAX hand puppet from Fallout 3 in the middle there. That little SOB goes for around $300.
Crazy. His statue collection to the right is also impressive.
Totes my goats. He's got every X01 Power Armor variant, including both RoboBrain variants and both Ranger variants.
Is that the Paladin Dance from the Brotherhood on the Power Armor shelf?
It sure appears to be, and those Sentry and Saltrons are Beautimus. Beautimus Maximus.
Have my eyes deceived me, or are those the Fallout 76 promo art posters from GameStop behind the D-tops in a frame?
I think so, and normally I would say let those puppies out for the world to see, but they kind of work here as backgrounds.
I think I'll give him a pass based on the rest of his room.
A well-deserved pass, if you ask me. The only thing I'll mention here is the 7-inch ceramic Vault Boys at the top left shelf. This really shows dedication to owning every piece of Fallout merchandise. Those look good from afar, but had some manufacturing issues with quality.
Still looks good up there.
I think when combined with everything else, they do balance out the display. Excellent use of junk items, sir. In this last photo, we'll talk about highlighting some of his framed art and a very special piece at the bottom.
Are you referring to that Enclave flag?
Right you are, Poindexter. It's a wall decor item that was repainted for an Enclave theme.
Are you telling me he has another awesome custom piece?
I sure am. That is a gun concealment wall hanger, and boy howdy, does it not just add a new level of specialty to this already insane collection.
That's a lot of attention to every detail throughout this room. Those prints on the wall are very rare also. Aren't they limited to 50 each?
Why, yes they are, sir, and now we should probably discuss them. So from the top is the Museum of History print from Bethesda Game Studios, and below that we have 3 rare prints from Cook and Becker, the first being Red Rocket, followed by Marsh's, and then Relic. You know I'm a grown man, and I'm willing to admit arousal when validated.
Keep it family friendly, Bob.
Okay, then let me just say, I'd blow up Megaton 3 times over if I could construct a room like this.
Don't give up your dreams, you'll get there.
You're someone I'd take into the wasteland with me, John. Otherwise, I'd probably die.
You're not wrong, Bob. But about those prints, they are fantastic quality and can be found in the guidebook as concept art.
Well, shiver me timbers. And with that, we bring our Fallout room tours and critiques to completion. If you are new here, we are still giving away a Fallout-themed watch to a new subscriber once we reach the 1K mark, so don't miss your chance to be a part of this giveaway. As a dedicated fan to Fallout, when you like our video, it will help us strive to reach higher heights. You can send us your room or collection submissions to g1toys2014@gmail.com. Who knows, your collection might be featured on our next channel. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and like a good soldier, fall in to fall out. Cheers!